Sober living homes in Huntington could be looking at the same eviction protections as other residents with landlords.
13 News reporter Lane Ball spoke with a city attorney and a local sober living organization. And Lane, they're not exactly all on the same page on this, right?
Rob, Merrily, that is right. Some nonprofit sober living homes believe this should only affect houses that are illegitimate. However, the city attorney says the problem stems from homes all over the city.
Provides an extra layer of protection to the most vulnerable people in the city right now, which are people in addiction recovery who are residents of sober living homes.
Monday night, the City of Huntington's Council Drug Control Policy Committee meeting went by fast. Only one item was on the agenda, an ordinance that pertains to the Building and Housing Code in regard to outlining the legal parameters of landlord-tenant relationships, specifically related to sober living home tenants. In other words, if approved, the relationship between tenants and the housing organizations would be treated as a landlord-tenant situation. This is expected to prevent sudden evictions and help decrease the homeless population.
If you rent an apartment, you rent a house, you have a right to due process wherein the landlord would have to file an ejectment proceeding and after a certain amount of time have a hearing and prove that you should be ejected from the premises.
Edwards goes on to say that this is also designed to eliminate sober living homes that are illegitimate and do not treat their tenants as human beings. This would also affect those sober living homes who claim to be certified, like the nonprofit organization Lifehouse. I spoke with pastor and founder Rocky Meadows, who says he believes an ordinance like this should not affect organizations like his.
I just think that there are some housing models that they don't care for, how they operate, and they're maybe a little too loose, but there's some of us that are doing really good, and I think they need to separate and distinguish the difference between what's good and what's not.
One of the main problems listed in the meeting was sudden evictions due to minor infractions or being unable to pay their rent. Following the meeting, I spoke with Meadows in regard to tenants and financial struggles. He says in the 11 years he's been working there, he has never evicted an individual who did not make enough money to pay the $100 a week for rent. The council decided to forward the ordinance to a first reading on March 14th, and we'll continue to update this story both on air and online at WOWKTV.com. Reporting in Huntington, Lane Ball, 13 News, working for you.